Hi, it's your coach and colleague, Dr. Brenda Bowers, with the update because we are in the world. What's happening with COVID-19? Right before I get into COVID-19, I know stimulus checks have been arriving. I want to just reiterate and underscore that the IRS is not going to call you on your telephone and ask you a bunch of questions. They're not going to show up at your door asking you questions. So do not respond. People are getting scammed by the second. There are scammers out there. If you deserve a stimulus, then you should be getting it. I don't care what's happened to you in the past. If you are eligible based on the stimulus guidelines, then you should be getting a stimulus check, whether that's that automatic deposit or if it's coming in snail mail. My reiteration is scammers are out there. Do not give your information. Don't get scared into doing it. I just feel like I can feel some of you saying, "Oh, but they were so strong and they knew this and they knew that." And so I just figured it was, I don't care how good it sounds. I don't care if they know your mother's maiden name, if they know where you were born, if they know where your grandfather was born and what his name was when he was a slave 200 years ago. Do not respond. You deserve your stimulus, and I want to make sure that you're getting it. So I am cautioning you. We are in the world, but we are not of the world. But we cannot be gullible because of it, because of the things that are happening. And on top of all of that, the stimulus is a good thing. This is positive. There's money going in people's hands. Now, everybody doesn't know what to do with it, and everyone's not going to do the right thing. But guess what? Most people are. Most people are. So some of you I know are working with the population that are getting money that aren't used to having it, and it's creating all kinds of havoc, especially in our behavioral health, mental health arena where we were already under-resourced. We now are having individuals who are decompressing, who are also getting stimulus checks, and who it's just all over everywhere. So we have to make sure, especially with our loved ones, to the extent that we can, let us make sure that we are following the rules, that we are doing what we can do. And because we're not of the world, let us show some grace and love. Because grace and love and mercy is what's going to get us through all of this. So in the midst of all of what seems to be mayhem with a capital M, bold, italicized, and underlined, I want to speak to the core of your being, which is the love of Jesus Christ. And I know that you love the Lord, and I know that it is your desire to do right things and to love the unlovable, because there are some unlovables, and an unlovable that we are just casting into the pit is this COVID-19. COVID kills, and we're tired of it. We don't want to grieve over any other lost loved ones. We don't want to struggle through this process that we're going through, but it is indeed a process. So we want to make sure that we are staying encouraged, that we're affirming each other, that we're affirming ourselves. Put the oxygen mask on yourself first. Make sure that you are affirming you. You're beautiful. You're wonderful. This is the best time of your life, no matter what the circumstances appear to be. Look at yourself and say, somehow all of this is working together for my good because I love God and I am called according to his purpose. And find the good in you. Find the good in you. What do you love about you? And make sure that you are loving you with that and that you are sharing that with others. If what you have is the smile, this is the time to show it. Take a picture and send it to your loved ones. If you're a poem writer, this is the time to write one and send it to everybody that you love. This is the time to affirm yourself and then affirm others. We have to be positive in order to get on the positive side of the outcome of the situation that we are faced with. Of course, be clean. We want to make sure that we are washing our hands at least 20 seconds and I've given you videos to show you from a Christian perspective songs that you can use to make sure that you are lathering long enough, and then make sure you're not touching your face, make sure you're staying 6 feet apart, make sure that you are safer at home, that you're not going out any more times than is necessary, because if we all make sure to do these basic things, then COVID and the rest of these microorganisms are not going to be able to continue to survive. I'm excited to be able to tell you that we are going to come out on the right side of this. I believe it, I stand on it, and I believe it because I know that God's people are going to do what He does and who He is, and that is love. That's who we're going to be, and that's what we're going to do. So, COVID. 184 deaths in Wisconsin is what's being reported, with 3,799 confirmed cases and 39,000 negative cases. So let's look at what that map looks like as we look at the map of Wisconsin. This map is posted. I'm looking at it from our colleagues at Fox 6 Now. So let's check it out. And here we are. We're looking at the coronavirus in Wisconsin. Just updated this a few seconds before I logged on to show it to you. So you can see here, that's what it is looking like. And we have a couple of new counties that are reporting today. Adams and Marinette have their first death. So that is being counted in the number that you're seeing. And then when we look at the state is showing, in look to your right, the number of negative test results. I show you both because there's often discrepancy, but it's only because the data lags and it does catch up over time. So negative test results being reported at the state level, Wisconsin state level, 39,326. Positive test results, 3,724, lets us know that we have tested about 43,000 people, and of that, 1,091 have had to be hospitalized, and hovering right around that 29%, with unfortunately 182 deaths. And for the people that say, and it's only 182 deaths, we know that one death is too many. And then when we look at our Milwaukee County, let's just do all of our tabs on the left side today first before we go to the right. So of the 1,937 confirmed cases, this left side is confirmed cases. Confirmed cases, 827 Black. Next second is white at 424, which is only about half. And then 340 that we have for not they did not respond, or we do not have a race for that group, which is a large group. 276 Hispanic, and then we see how it really dwindles down. So there is a race stratification that we have been tracking. And then when we look at age range of this 1,937, that's what this is. This is the 1,937 that are making this curve. Again, I say to you, say to your loved ones, listen, COVID is impacting all ages. We have people from all ages in the hundreds starting at age 20. And we still have 28 cases between 0 and 19. So all ages are impacted. When we look at gender, I know you all are smarter than me on this now. With gender, we know that females have more confirmed cases than males, but more males actually die from COVID than females. So here on this side, the confirmed cases, you're going to have more women, as you see you do. And then the city, Milwaukee continues to be 1,500 of the 1,937 that are being reported. So then they give us just this race, ethnicity, demographic. So that's what it looks like when you put it into a color chart of the whole pie being 100%. Then you see the percentage of Milwaukee County race demographics and then what that looks like against our confirmed cases. So when we look at the bottom, we are seeing up. We are still increasing. That is what we don't want to see. We want that to stop. But we know that, so here are new cases every day, and there are some days that are lower new cases than others. But remember, this has a lot to do with the number of tests that are coming in, who's being tested. We know we're not testing everyone. So what we do know is that those that are tested and come back positive, we're continuing to go up. So now let's switch to the right side. 99 confirmed deaths, and this is in the county of Milwaukee. And when we look at that stratification, this now is deaths. So we see 61 of the 99 have been black and 31 of the 99 have been white. So when we put that together, that's 92. So then you're only looking at 7 other, which 5 are Hispanic, and we have one that is one that is not reporting, and then we have one that says there are 2 or more races. I just want to make sure I was getting that right. So then the age range of these 99. So now we're looking at the 99. This is the race of the 99 in Milwaukee County that have died. Here are the ages of the 99. So in Milwaukee County, we definitely have the majority of the deaths. The ages have been between 70 and 79, but we have had 11 deaths between 50 and 59, and we've had 29 deaths over 80. So we are still seeing the impact of all ages, even on our death view. So now when we look at gender, remember, number of deaths. So we expect to see, because it has continued to prove itself, that there are more males that actually die of COVID-19 than females. So in Milwaukee County, we have 57 of the 99 deaths are male, 42 of the 99 are female, opposite of what we see in confirmed cases. And now we have the accumulation of deaths. So it's one thing for us to see this increase over here, where we're seeing this increase of positive cases. But even if the cases are positive, we don't want them to then translate into deaths. And what we're seeing here is we also are having an increase in the number of deaths. And that's what we want to get a hold of, and we want that to turn around ASAP. And that's where we all of us are accountable and responsible for these numbers. We have to do our part. And then lastly, of course, we look at, from a global standpoint, we have 2 million confirmed cases of COVID-19. United States is leading with 632,878 of that 2 million. And then remember, we're looking a little different at the John Hopkins now. They've given us a couple of different views that we're able to look at when we're looking at the number of total deaths. We see 133,354. This is global. And remember, we see this by cities as it relates to the United States, by country in other cases. So we look at this and we can scroll, and I will just see if I can come, if Milwaukee comes up quickly. Well, there we are. Okay, 101 deaths are reported in Milwaukee on this database. And then we're showing here on this, they moved the recovered tab here because they are looking at total tests in the United States. We got our own little section over there. So 509,876 people have actually recovered from COVID-19. Hallelujah. But that is of this 2 million that are confirmed. And we do know that there's 133,000 that have lost their lives. So then when we look at the United States has a large number of individuals who have been tested. Actually, over 3 million people have been tested. So we are able to look and see This is a United States area. This is a United States area on this database. So here, look, Wisconsin, United States, has tested 41,552 people according to this database. So we're getting more people tested, higher number than some, lower than others. And then we're looking at hospitalization. We also are seeing 101,000 individuals in the United States that have been hospitalized due to COVID-19. Wisconsin, 1,049 are being reported as hospitalized, and at a Wisconsin level, remember we have indicated that that's about 29%. And then down here we see our confirmed case trajectory, up. That has a lot to do with testing, but then when we look at those daily cases, we're getting a little more dense over here because there's a lot more testing happening. So you're seeing a lot more every day being confirmed. So as we really appreciate our colleagues at John Hopkins, all of those who are laboring at state levels, at county levels. I know that I am focused on Wisconsin because that's where we are, and I'm really started doing this for our church body, and others have asked, and I have no problem looking at other state data, but that is what I have been focusing on, just really trying to give a high level overview because we are in the world. As we look at our congregation, we're also feeding them with spiritual food because we are not of the world. It is my pleasure to be your coach and your colleague, Dr. Brenda Bowers, coming to you with this segment. It is my goal to do it every day. Keep praying for me. Keep praying for me because as willing as my spirit is, my flesh is not always cooperating. And many of you know that I had a really, really tough 2019, and I was at death's door a number of times. So the battle continues, but so does the victory. The triumph is sustained. Make sure you're giving consideration as it relates to the stimulus check. Do not talk to anybody that you don't know about it. Left hand don't have to know what the right hand is doing, and don't tell anyone who calls you and you don't know who they are. Don't tell them anything. I'm saying it on the stimulus check, but scams were happening prior to the stimulus check, so I'm saying that in a broader way. I feel unctioned to say that. And then I have given you the COVID-19 update, and many of us are mourning the loss of loved ones, and I just feel unctioned today to just say, Lord, be with us as a world, be with us as a country, be with us as a region, be with us as a state, be with us as counties and municipalities and congregations, and be with us as families. And then God, please be with us as individuals and help us to do what is ours to do so that we are being good citizens, contributing to the health of the whole by making sure that we are wholly and completely taking care of ourselves. And guide us in all that we do. We need you. And we ask and pray and believe these things in your name. Amen. Have a wonderful night, and until soon, love and peace.